See, when the employees in the organization are recruited from the outside of the organization, so this source of recruitment is known as external source of recruitment. Okay, and let me tell you one more thing about it, that any organization cannot fully depend on internal source of recruitment. They have to apply the external source of recruitment. Why? Because all the vacant positions can never be filled through internal source of recruitment. Okay, because you can transfer and promote the people, but new persons cannot be created. Okay, because the people get retired, they get terminated, they resign the jobs. Okay, they may pass away as well. That is a kind of process. Okay, that goes on. If the employees are getting retirement, they are getting terminated, they are passing away, then definitely the post will be vacant. Fine, for the temporary period you will promote some other person. Okay, you will put another person by transferring, but what about the post from which you have picked that person? That will be vacant. Okay, so for filling that post you will have to apply the external source of recruitment. Understood the point? So that is important. Okay, now let's have discussion about the sources of external recruitment. Already I have read for you, these are the sources of recruitment. Okay, one more can be added here, advertising on TV. Okay, so let's have discussion about these one by one. Very first, let's start with direct recruitment. See, as it is very much clear with this word direct. Direct means there is no third party, there is no other person involved. The person is coming directly to the organization. What happens? The organizations put a kind of board, okay, on the gate of the organization or on the notice board of the organization, like we are hiring, okay, or walk-in interviews. Fine. So the people who are in the need of job, they keep visiting such kind of organization, okay, and whenever they see that kind of notice, they assemble there, because a particular date is mentioned there, time is mentioned there. They assemble with their resume and other necessary documents on the scheduled time and scheduled day. Okay, and interviews are conducted and the people are hired. Okay, so this source of recruitment is known as direct recruitment. Okay, because no other method of recruitment was utilized, the organization directly hired the people, and source is very much economical, because organization did not spend any amount of money on doing anything else. Okay, they just put a notice, nothing else they did. All right, so it is very much economical method. Fine, and this method is generally used for the casual workers. Casual workers, like sometimes what happens, the organization is in the rush to appoint some employees, because there can be the situation, the people who were already working there, they are absent and the organization has to get the work done. So in that case, what happens, the organization in hurry hire the people and get the work done. Okay, and this method is mostly applied in case of unskilled or semi-skilled workers. Okay, because unskilled and semi-skilled workers can be required at any point of time. When the organization is having any project, they need to complete their target, then they need to have the production at vast level, then they need workers. Okay, so for that, what they do, they just put a notice. Okay, as many people are there around, they just come, they just give their interview, and thereafter they are selected and they are directly put on the work. Okay, so the people who are hired under this process, or we can say through this source of recruitment, they are known as casual workers or badli workers. Okay, and they are paid remuneration on daily wage basis. It's not like that they are going to get the monthly salary. Generally it happens, right? In most of the cases it happens. Okay, but I'm not saying this thing that the monthly salaried people cannot be hired through this source of recruitment. That can also be done. Okay, but generally this method is applied for that case, okay, by the big organization. Understood the point? Now let's move on to the another source of external recruitment. Okay, and which is that casual callers. Don't get confused by the term casual. Fine, because this casual is attached with the callers. Okay, what is the meaning of casual callers here? Sometimes what happens when there is the big organization, okay, and the people who are in the need of job, or we can better call them job seekers, okay, they keep on contacting these organizations. They themselves go to the organization and contact at the reception, okay, and inquire about any vacancy. If there is any vacancy, okay, at that point of time, maybe possible the vacancies are not available, then what the people do, they just drop their resume or CVs over there, okay, and the company, what the company does, it maintains the database of such people, right? Okay, maybe possible some people are contacting through phone, okay, whether they themselves come physically or they contact through phone, company maintains their database, okay. And one more category of people can be there. Say for example, earlier the company ran the recruitment process, okay, few people were selected and few were left, they were kept in waiting, okay, so those people can also be used here. So company maintains the database of some people who are in the need of job, okay, but when they contacted, when they came across, the company did not have any vacancy for them, but whenever the company has vacancy, company can directly call them, okay. This is also an economic method, because the company does not need to spend any amount of money to invite those people, they just need to give a call. Understood the point? Okay, so it is very much useful method, because the concerned person himself has come to you, okay, you just need to call all of those. So they maintain a big database. The bigger the company, the bigger database they are going to maintain. Understood the point? Okay, so it is also very easy and economic method to recruit the people from outside. Now let's move on to the another source of recruitment. So advertisement, right? Like I told you that this is used a lot. Okay, under this method, one advertisement including the details of the job position, qualification, information about the organization, okay, is given in the print media like newspaper, magazine, okay, or you can say trade and professional journals, okay, fine. So their advertisement is given. You must be seeing every day, if you read the newspaper, you find their classified column, okay, or situation vacant in English newspaper, as well as in Hindi newspaper, you find that, okay. So the organization give their advertisement there. They mention the date of the application as well, last and opening date, okay, and if they are charging some money, then they mention that as well. They mention the details of the job profile, okay, as well as the qualification, skills and experience needed, everything. So this is very much useful source of recruitment. Why? Because detailed information about the organization and job can be put here, okay, and the wide range of people can be invited, okay, because the newspaper or the journals reach to various places, okay, so the people at various places read those advertisements and then lot of applications are there, fine. But this is not economic method, it is going to cost a lot, because if you are going to give one advertisement in the newspaper, it is going to charge you, okay, and there's a lengthy process as well, okay. And one more negative point can be here: when the advertisement is given in the newspaper, then there is the flood of responses, means sometimes the unsuitable candidates are also there, fine, because the people who are there in the need of job, they just try their level best, they just knock at every door whether that door is suitable to them or not, okay. So that is what the problem here, but this is very much beneficial source, okay. Most of the organization recruit the people from this source, okay. They apply this because this is still very much useful, because newspaper is a kind of means to reach to particular people and various people at large, okay. if the organization is willing to reach those people, then they apply the means of newspaper. Okay, so in leading newspaper also they can give the advertisement. If they give the advertisement in the leading newspaper, then it will be reaching to various people at mass level. Okay, so that is why it is done. Understood? And generally senior positions are filled. Okay, means skillful people, not unskilled and semi-skilled people are recruited through this, but the skillful people are recruited through this. Understood this point? Now let's have discussion about the next source of recruitment. So, employment exchange. We focus on this point, exchange. Exchange word is used when there are two parties which change anything between each other. Okay, like stock exchange. Fine, where the securities like shares and debentures are bought and sold. Understood? Similarly, here it is the matter of employment. Here employment is bought or sold is not the better word to say, but the exchange of employment happens. How? Okay, I just tell you. One party is the employer and another is the job seeker. And this is what the third party. This is party 1, this is party 2, and this is third party. Okay, employment exchange is a kind of office run by the government. Okay, it works as a link between employers and job seekers. The unemployed people, means job seekers, they just go to employment exchange and they get themselves registered that we need a job, we have this qualification and experience. Okay, whenever there is a vacancy matching with our profile, kindly inform us. They just drop their contact number and addresses there. Fine. Okay, as well as the employers, means the organization also contact these employment exchange. Okay, whenever there is a vacancy with them, they just contact them that we have vacancy for such job profile with that qualification and that experience is required in that case, right? Just provide us list of the candidates so that we can run the recruitment process further. Okay, so this employment exchange run by the government works as a link between these two, right? Okay, it works for unemployed person as well as for the employer. Okay, and this is very much useful as well, right? And one more thing, let me tell you, for some specific employers, government has made it mandatory to put their advertisement or requirement of the vacancy to employment exchange so that the particular people can be contacted and the vacancies can be filled. Okay, but one negative point is here that sometimes what happens, if we see from the point of the employer, okay, the list provided by the employment exchange is not suitable, means most of the candidates are not suitable or they are not in the need of job. Okay, or their list has not been updated. The people who already got themselves registered, they did not come back whenever they got job, so they are still shown as unemployed. However, they have become employed. They have got the employment, even then the data shows that he is unemployed and the name is forwarded to the employer. Employer calls them and he says that I am already employed. Okay, so a lot of time and resources are wasted from the side of the employer. Okay, this is what the flaw in this. Otherwise, this is very much useful one. Okay, especially in case of the government. Okay, and let me tell you that this office is maintained by all the districts. Okay, you may find this office in your district as well. Okay, if it is not available in your district, then in main city it will be available, so that the people who are in the need of job can go there and contact. Okay, that is there only for the registration. Understood the point? Now let's move on to the another source of recruitment. So next source of recruitment is placement agencies and management consultants, right? There are two things but of similar nature. Okay, this is there at a small level and this is there at a large level. Let's try to understand here. Placement agencies. What happens? This is also a kind of company. Okay, you can also start your company in, you can maintain a placement agency. Okay, the work which was being done by the employment exchange, but the employment exchanges are run by the government. Okay, but these are run by the private one. okay, at a small level, fine. Say for example that I open a placement agency, fine, and I start doing my advertisement, then the people who are in the need of job, they will come to me, okay, they will drop their resume, okay, I will do some screening, okay, and then I will put their resume, I may charge them some money as a registration fee, fine, okay, and thereafter I'll contact some organization, okay. So when one placement agency starts working in this field, then later on they have tie-up with many organizations, okay. So whenever the organizations have vacancies, they directly contact these placement agencies, and placement agencies already have the data bank, okay, of the various candidates, because they have maintained the resume, biodata, CVs, whatever you want to name it, already from the candidates, okay. So they just refer the people there, right, and they earn money through this, because from the candidate they have charged a registration fee, and they may charge some other money from the company, because they are directly giving the candidate to the company's expenditure is being saved. If they had given the advertisement in the newspaper, they would have paid a lot of money, but directly they are getting the suitable people, because they do some screening as well, right? So the company is also saving some money, so company directly pay some amount of money to these placement agencies. So in that way the business of these placement agencies go on. Understood the point? Okay, but they'll have to do their advertisement, okay, they'll have to maintain the database, okay, they have to invite the unemployed people, okay, they have to have contact with the organization, only then this business can go on, right? So if we see from the point of view of employers as well as the job seekers, then these placement agencies also work as a link between them. Understood the point? Okay, now let's talk about the management consultant. Okay, these also do the same job, but these do at national level. Okay, they are generally working in the technical and professional field. Okay, means if the company is in the need of middle level or top level managers, then they contact management consultant. Okay, management consultant have a pool of such candidates, because they are such a big people, they themselves can give the advertisement in the newspaper, okay, on behalf of the company. They spend their money, they even give the training to the people, right? Okay, and whenever there is the vacancy in the organization, directly a person can be sent there and he is 100% selected, because they have done work on that person, right? So as they spend a lot of money on the candidate in training and in everything, okay, so they are also going to charge huge amount of money from company's side. Okay, maybe possible they are charging some money from the candidate as well. Okay, they are also known as headhunters. Why they are known as headhunters? Because what they do, say for example there is company A, okay, and in company A there is one manager at top level who is performing really awesome, he's taking a lot of decisions, right? Now there is the requirement of top level manager in company B. Okay, so what these consultants do, they will offer the manager top level one, okay, they will give him offer of more salary and more benefits. Okay, they will say that another company will give you more salary, more benefits. Okay, now you can switch the company, fine. So in that way what they do, now the person who was running this organization pretty well and giving awesome business to this organization, now he has come here, so definitely this organization is going to get the benefit, because he is the experienced person, he has more knowledge and he is more capable to take the right decisions, right? So this organization is being benefited, this is paying money to these headhunters because they are performing this job. Okay, means the running employee can also be hijacked by these people. That is why these are known as headhunters. Okay, generally this process is done for top level managers or middle level managers, or we can say the key personnel working in the organization. That is why the particular organization take care of their top level managers a lot, right? So that also goes on this corporate world. Understood the point? So I've explained you about this. These both belong to the same category because they do the same job, but these placement agencies do this job at a small level and this is done at a large level. This is only the difference. Understood the point? Now let's move on to another source of recruitment. Campus recruitment. This is again very popular form of source of recruitment. Okay. This is applied in case of professional, managerial or technical jobs, right? What happens? The organizations have tie-up with certain universities, schools or institutes, managerial institutes, engineering institutes, okay? And before even the completion of their course, the organizations go to the particular institutes and arrange their interviews, campus interviews there itself, right? They just have interviews, fine, everything is arranged and then they select a person from that. By this way, they get the fresh talent, innovative and creative people at less salary, right? So this has become a kind of very popular practice among all the organizations. Okay, most of the big organizations are having the tie-up with the universities, schools, institutes. Okay, you must have seen in the MBA colleges, the campus recruitment takes place in the last year. The same case happens in case of engineering institutes. Okay, you must have seen that in Three Idiots. Okay, so this is what the campus interview. Fine. So this goes on because the organizations are there in benefit by this. They need not spend much amount of money on their recruitment process. They have already got the tie-up, okay, and they just need to set up the recruitment process there itself and then their job is done, okay. And the institute and universities are also there in the benefit with this because they can claim their course like we give you the placement as well, okay. Most of the professional colleges and institutes like which are running courses for air hostesses, okay, flying stewards or hotel management, etc. They just claim that we will give you the 100% placement because they have got the tie-up with the big organization. Big organization, whenever they are in the need of the employees, they will come and contact. This is a kind of every year process. They have to contact, they come and set up their recruitment process there in the premises of the institute or college, okay, and then they hire some people from there. Okay, so this is very much popular source of recruitment. Now let's move on to another source of recruitment. Recommendation of employees. See, this don't get confused that this is not the internal source. Okay, internal sources are used, but the people are recruited from outside. How? The people who are working in the organization. Okay, say for example, there is the organization and there is the vacancy in the organization. Okay, so for a single vacancy, the organization has to spend a lot of money to run the entire recruitment process. So what they do, they just spread this information in their office premises. Okay, and the people who are working there, they are encouraged to recommend employees of their known one. Okay, if in their known one, in their family, relatives, okay, in their friend circle, if anybody is in the need of job matching with this profile, okay, then he and she can apply. Okay, that person is going to get the benefit of this employee's profile. Okay, so in that case, the organization is also sure about it because the organization is well aware of the character of the particular employee, okay, and the organization knows that if she is recommending any person, then definitely the person is also good because he himself is taking the guarantee of that. He has to take because he is giving the recommendation. Okay, so in that case, the organization has saved its expenditure on recruitment process, okay, and it has got the reliable and suitable employee for the post as well. Okay, so this is also the economic method. This is used a lot. The recommendation goes on a lot. If you have discussion with your elder brother and sister who are working in the corporate field, they will tell you whenever there is the vacancy in their office, they just inform their friends and all. Okay, and they people just go there so that the preliminary screening or a kind of interview is taken so that whatever qualifications and experiences are claimed, that can be known that whether the candidate possesses those or not, he has the confidence or not. Okay, so preliminary screening is arranged, that is known as the interview. Okay, and then a person is hired. So this is also very much good source of recruitment, right? But this is not suitable when the vacancies are there in large amount. Okay, because these many recommendations from the employee side cannot be there. That can work only for a few vacancies. Understood the point? Now let's move on to another source of recruitment. So labor contractors. Fine. Actually, what happens in big organization, especially I'm talking about the manufacturing organization. Okay, they need workers to do the production job. Okay, and sometimes they need the worker at very short notice. Fine. Then they utilize this source of recruitment, labor contractors. What are the labor contractors? These work as agent for the company. Okay, these are known as agent or labor contractors. They are in the direct touch of the laborers. Okay, they can make labor available at any point of time, right? They have good relationship with the labor. They know the addresses of those people. They know who is in the need of job, right? So the company can rely on these people. And one more thing, let me tell you, most of the time these people are also the employee of the organization. Okay, so often it has been seen that this person is a supervisor in the organization and he is also performing the job of labor contractor. In that case, what happens, the organization does not need to spend lot of amount of money on advertisement. Okay, they just need to contact this person. This is a possibility that he is also working as a supervisor, but if he is not working, then the organization has contract with these people for a fixed period. Okay, and on the basis of that, whenever that labor contractor arranges a labor for the organization, then some amount of commission is given to this person. Okay, so that can be the cost of recruitment in case of that only. Okay, otherwise there is no cost of recruitment from the company side. It is very much economic method. Okay, and it is beneficial, especially in case of unskilled and semi-skilled laborers. Okay, because the organization cannot get those people by giving the advertisement in the newspaper or on television or by arranging the campus recruitment, etc. Okay, the information to those people can be reached through a certain person who is there in the contact of those, and this labor contractor remains in the contact of those people. Okay, one more thing, let me tell you, their contracts are there for fixed period. Okay, the employees who are appointed through these labor contractors, okay, they remain up to that contract. But if their contractor who is already working in the organization, he leaves the job, he finishes the contract, then obviously the people who were arranged by him are also supposed to leave the job. Okay, only this is the flaw there. Otherwise, this is used a lot by the organization, especially the manufacturing organization, I have already told you. Alright. Now let's move on to another source of external recruitment. We all know that in today's era, internet is becoming popular day by day. Everything is becoming online now, right? Okay, so the job of earlier I had discussion about these placement agencies, right? So these placement agencies do the job as web publishing as well, right? There are particular websites. They do not maintain their physical office. Okay, the placement agencies, they maintain their office, but these people do not maintain their physical office. They just run one website, right? On that particular website, they just make available information related to various vacancies, and the candidate gets himself registered on that particular website and he gets information, and then he directly contacts the organization, he appears for an interview, he gets the appointment letter, and in that way it goes on. Now, from where these organization or website runners earn money, they earn money from the organization or from the candidate, because for filling up the form for registration, maybe possible the people are charging some money or they are keeping it free as well. Okay, if they are keeping it free, then understand they are charging money from the organization. Okay, and if they are charging money from you, maybe possible they are not charging money from organization. I would like to give example for that, like naukri.com, timesjob.com, Shine is their own website, Indeed is their own website, and LinkedIn website is also used for that purpose. Okay, there are multiple websites working in that field. Okay, so that source of recruitment is known as web publishing. Okay, the organization have to contact these particular website runners. Okay, and then these website owners put the advertisement on their web pages. Okay, and the people who are registered with those websites, they get the information through mails, right? But for that, the candidate has to fill up the registration form. Say for example, I just fill up one form on naukri.com, then I will put my email ID and contact number, as well as I will fill the requirement of particular job matching with my profile, experience, knowledge and skills, right? Okay, so according to that, they will send me mail or messages. Okay, and then I can directly contact the organization and appear for the interview. Okay, so this also goes on in present scenario. This is becoming very much popular. Okay, now let's move on to another source of recruitment, which is the last one. So advertising on television. Nowadays, this source of recruitment is also becoming very much popular because most of the people watch television. Okay, so through the advertisement on television, they just provide information regarding their vacancies. Okay, and the information related to the organization. Okay, what happens? We know very well that when we watch any program on television, then there are a lot of advertisements. So okay, so out of those advertisements, one advertisement can be there which is belonging to the vacant post. One organization has made a kind of advertisement. Okay, definitely they have spent a lot of money on the preparation of that particular advertisement. Okay, and in contacting the particular channel so that the advertisement can be placed there in between the program. Okay, so this is what the expensive one, but this is reaching to the various people at very mass level, right? Okay, like I would like to give the example of Indian Navy advertisement. You must have seen the advertisement. Nowadays we all see that Indian Navy and Indian Army, they are advertising. Okay, they just prepare a kind of story and run there as advertisement, and then they show their website. Now you can apply for that. Okay, so information related to the organization, okay, a kind of attraction is shown, okay, through advertisement. So this is also becoming very much popular, this advertising on television, right? So friends, this was all about the all sources of external recruitment. Okay, I have discussed all the sources in detail, the advantages and disadvantages as well, okay, and the suitability as well, right?